the season as we drop you into the first drive of this ball game and get our first look at this offense. They'll run it now with Dunbar. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Ardarius Stewart there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And his guys will set up shop. Scoreless game, it may not stay that way much longer as this defense is out there needing a stop on 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal, 3 straight incompletion?
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this 3rd down play? A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers going for the deep ball. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Nice little juke. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Lambeau in just a moment.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here we go, back to the action. Football in the red zone. And a big 3rd down play coming up for this defense. Now Rodgers. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. An update from Buffalo. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. Andrew Luck leading the charge offensively. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Well, this offense has struggled. They have not scored yet. They trail. But a chance here late in the second quarter to try to get some points on the board. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run there.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Got an open man. It's a noon one. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Nick Perry from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. 3rd and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And Lambeau will put this one through. Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. Now the Bills, they have added to their lead with Sean McCoy with a touchdown in that one. Here's Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
And Novak's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. This defense defense already down on the scoreboard here in a one-score game. They need a stop. They need a quick stop. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. Throwing now is Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Novak's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. Scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals that wound up winning that one. Andy Dalton, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Throwing now is Garoppolo, eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Green. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week...
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They go play action here on first down. Letting one go deep for a noon one. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jay Howard in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now this offense about ready to take over again. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is caught by Ardarius Stewart. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ladarius Green, his first touchdown of the new season. So second quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football in the end zone for the first time. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And that will be incomplete as well. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus on the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Here's Jackson. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bears take over. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Garoppolo now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
On first down, Garoppolo. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
It's brought in by Kevin White. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Garoppolo on first down. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Quincy Enunwa as the first half is winding down. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Stewart. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Garoppolo looks to throw. Flushed out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First throw now for the backup, Bryce Petty. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And Ingles got it, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Quincy Enunwa with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And here now the offense heading back out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell him off.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jarrell Freeman in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Deshaun Watson closing in on a 300-yard afternoon, and he has a touchdown pass as well. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times.
Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Back to throw. Spins away, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling. So there's the spike as it comes with 23 seconds. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarris Bird. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the home team here, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau.